Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. I'm sure many of you that follow the news have heard about the Kemptville prison proposal. For those of you that haven't, well, you're in luck, because I am joined by a spokesperson for the Coalition Against the Proposed Prison, Colleen Lynas. Welcome, Colleen. Great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Take us back to the beginning. This proposal obviously came from the provincial government, the Ford government. Was the community taken by surprise with this proposal?
Very much so.
Okay.
So what had happened in late August of 2020, Premier Ford and some of his cabinet ministers held a press conference where they made, in Brockville actually, where they made the announcement that they were expanding prisons in Eastern Ontario,
okay,
as it related to Brockville, Quinte, and Kemptville. And in Kemptville specifically, their intent was to build a brand new prison, a 235-bed facility on farmland that was formerly part of the Kemptville Agricultural College.
Okay.
So it came as a complete shock to the community, and we soon found out also to our mayor and council in that they had not been consulted ahead of time.
Okay.
That's right.
So this land then, was it purchased by the provincial government? Is that why they...
Because the property had been part of the college initially, it was essentially under the auspices of the Ministry of Agriculture.
Okay.
And so when the college closed, I believe it was 2015, a large piece of the overall land was actually purchased by the municipality and has since been evolved into what's now called the Kemptville campus.
Okay.
But there was a section of it which was referred to as the farm side, where in fact crops were grown and animals were raised and that kind of thing. There was research. That's the piece that remained in the hands of the provincial government. Our council and our municipality had hoped to eventually purchase that section as well.
I see.
And revitalize it.
Okay.
But instead, the ministry had very different plans for it.
So what's the argument on the provincial side? They obviously think that this is a good location for the prison. I imagine they're selling it in a way of it's going to create jobs for the community. The pushback from the community is, I guess, number one, it's agriculture land. You would like to see it kept that way.
That's right.
Any other arguments against this prison from a community's perspective?
Sure, quite a few really. What you talked about their sort of likely approach of trying to sell it kind of as a positive for the community.
Right.
The fact is, when you look at the literature and when you look at the facts around this particular prison, it really isn't going to bring any particular economic advantage to Kemptville. And in fact, one of the things that I personally found kind of surprising when the announcement was made was that Premier Ford actually focused on how it was a big economic boon and would potentially be a really positive sort of way to enhance the economic activity sort of post-pandemic.
Okay.
Because this was announced during the pandemic.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, it's really kind of unsavory, in my perspective, to be linking expanding prisons and prison cells with any kind of economic advantage. So that's a big piece.
Obviously, I'm just looking at some of the photos. You've had some protests. The community has come out. I'm guessing some great, obviously, support. Have you had any response from the Ford government? I imagine you've reached out to the provincial government.
Very much so. Very much so. And we've been on a couple of public Zoom sessions with them as well, along with other members of the community.
Okay.
Our position is very well known. And in fact, former Minister Steve Clark, who's our MPP, is quite aware of our position. We feel he failed to really represent his constituents when he made the decision to support the prison, particularly not even allowing there to be consultation prior to the decision being made. That picture you just had up was a picture outside his constituency office.
Yeah. So his response up to this point has been no response?
his response has been, it's going to happen.
Okay.
Which has really been from day one very much a fait accompli. But we're not quite as convinced of that.
Well, yeah, you're not done. I know that, and you've got a great concert coming up tomorrow at 7:30 at Dominion Chalmers. Tell me about the concert, the details.
It's a fantastic concert. It's a fundraiser for a judicial review that is going to take place in early 2024.
Okay.
Our headliner is an amazing Mohawk singer-songwriter, Logan Statz. Award-winning. He just this year, in fact, he won the SOCAN Foundation's TD Indigenous Songwriters Award. So he's up and coming. He's a really powerful performer.
Nice.
People are going to be blown away by him. Our opening act is a country rock musician, probably no more locally, actually.
Yeah.
He's Ottawa Valley.
We've had him on the show before.
Okay.
Yeah, Trevor Alguire. Yeah.
Who I've had a chance to talk to, who's just a lovely man. He's very soulful, great lyrics. I mean, they're actually a really neat combination together. And then our MC is Adrian Harewood.
Oh, yeah.
Known.
I went to school with Adrian.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, my brother and I both.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just a great guy, very passionate about
Yep.
things like this, right? Initiatives like this. People
Absolutely.
can get tickets online.
Eventbrite.eventbrite.ca. Do you have it in front of you?
I
Because
do.
keep
Don't worry. No, and you got it right. It's exactly where you can get tickets.
Okay.
Noprison.eventbrite.ca. Still some tickets left. Again, tomorrow night, Dominion Chalmers. A great space, by the way, to see a concert. I'll remind you more about it in just a moment. We'll be back after this.